distinction, I would say probably there's high fidelity to the process at Stanford GSB, at least as I understand it. When I went through the process with my mentor. And what I mean by high fidelity is that the school really does pay attention to the makeup of the entire class as well as the individual, and that it becomes extremely important at least my understanding, again, from an admission standpoint, to really have a candidate's story in terms of why he or she would be a good fit for that school, why this candidate is thinking of going there now, and why them. And so, all the different pieces of that puzzle come down to your GMAT, your past performance, professional performance, your past academic performance, what you say about yourself, and that's your essays and personal statement, and what others are saying about you, and that might be your recommendations and or things that you've accomplished. And so, typically the process is a lot of introspection up front. And once you've decided that you're going to take that journey, then it's getting smart. So take the decision to do it, get smart on what the process is, have an idea of the typical candidate who might be going to the school in terms of their GMAT, their academic performance, who typically goes there, what do they do afterwards, and then making sure that you are identifying the right people who are going to contribute to your narrative. That I can't really underemphasize that enough. These people are a part of your story. So you have to be very intentional with who you select, how you socialize that person to your decision-making process, and why you're taking this decision now, why you think that individual is an important part of your narrative, and then just being in what I would call operationally sound to make sure that you're giving not only yourself, but these people who are contributing to your story enough time to give you an answer, yes or no, enough time to write an initial recommendation, and enough time for you to review it and revise it if needed. And I don't mean like you're changing their words, but let's say you wanted them to emphasize a particular interaction, or you wanted them to emphasize a particular strength or trait of yours. Again, this is your narrative. Then at least you have some opportunity to have a dialogue back and forth. I mean, they may not change it, but you definitely want to give yourself enough time. So that's my understanding of the process, at least from the specific GSB perspective and also HBS perspective. Those are the two schools that I applied to. And so just making sure that I took the decision, I got myself smart on what the strengths of each of the school were. I had an idea of what the arc of my narrative was going to be. I studied my tail off for the GMAT, and I made sure that I identified the right people to contribute to my story.